Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is FIA Nations Cup Round 8 at Dragon Trail Seaside. Thank you so much for everyone that viewed and commented, subscribed after my track guide video here. But here's my race. So this was second slot, top split, very quick field. The pole position back to myself in 18th place. We qualified within 1 second of each other. So here on lap 1, all I'm thinking to myself is, after doing slot 1 and getting a penalty in the first turn for something that I didn't do, someone bumped into me, I'm going to take it really easy. So I actually held back, I actually dropped to last. So I was holding nice position number 20. So hey, let's get a top 20 finish this race, guys. Alright, after the first couple turns, there's already some contact. There are penalties. We're already up a spot on Ninja Bar. Look at all those penalties. Everyone's bunched up. Just gained another spot there from another car going loose. Through the S's, flat out. Remember the track guide. We can maximize our speed up through the S's. Shifting to 143 for 6th gear. And coming down the hill, we want to hit 2nd gear, braking between that, right around the 100 board or so. A couple people have penalties. Here we go. Lap 1 of the chicane of death. Flat out. A couple cars notch the wall. And check that out. There goes 2 more positions. So we've already gone from 20th place up to 16th. So let's check this out again. Intense. Cover our position on the inside. United States and Greasy give us a little bit of room. And right there we've made up 4 positions. Heading into lap 2. Driver ahead of us has a penalty, along with, I believe it's DNA Judoka in 14th place. So hopefully if we can be within 1 second, we'll be able to make up 2 more positions. So the goal for this race was not to really push the car, just to be patient. People are going to get penalties, people are going to get impatient. Our goal is simply to finish, and who knows where that will bring us when the checkered flag flies. Alright, drivers serving their penalty, and here we go. 14th, 13th position, 12th, unbelievable, 8 positions in a lap and a half. Well, it was at this stage of the race I was hoping Ninja Bar, whom I had a really, really great race with last time out. Very clean, may I add. Now the goal for right now is just to sit and wait, essentially. Wait for drivers to hit that chicane of death. Wait for drivers to push the car a little bit too hard and burn up the rear tires. So as we ride on board, as we head towards that final turn, again, we're not going to brake at the cones. We're going to brake at the start of the rumble strip. Boom, boom, boom. Down to 3rd gear we go. Get a nice exit. And we're in slipstream range of James Bond USA for P11. At this point, I wasn't sure if he was saving fuel. He kind of slowed down quite a bit, but here we go. It could just be the slipstream. But then again, I'm used to driving the high-end Genesis. And, you know, that car rarely can catch up to people in a straight line. So here we go. 11th place, lap 3. Oh, and another driver goes off. That was the driver who's actually qualified in 7th place. And prior to this FIA evening, we were actually in a lobby together. He was putting some pretty fast times together. And it just appears that he gets a little squirrely. It's possible there's a mechanical failure with his pedals or his controller. Yeah, there's just something must have shut off, unfortunately. And with that, we are actually we've past half the field right now. We've gone from last place up to 10th in just 3.5 laps. That's... I couldn't believe it. At this point, it's all about patience. And look at that, we make up another spot as Wheaties loses it. And another position. Crazy. We just made up 12 spots. 8th place. We're actually within striking distance of the pole sitter. So heading down the hill, leading into the chicane of death. I see that James Bond USA has a good run. Just give him space. One of the keys to, I would say, I guess, my success with FIA races is if someone's faster than you, I'm probably going to let you go by. I'm going to sit in your slipstream. I'm going to save my tires until where it really matters. Alright, in lap 3, get a good run and doing some side-by-side action with it's actually VQS Ethan on his other account. Still holding on to a top 9. Alright, like with most replays, I generally skip around, but for this race in particular, I wanted to focus on every lap, because every single lap, I think I change positions at least once or twice. At least until the end. Oh, so unfortunately we've dropped from 8th down to 11th. But at this point still, after being in last place, anything above 20th is going to be satisfactory for me, especially in top split. As we take a look at the leaders, they're starting to pull away the top 3. Top 6, look at that train. Choo-choo. And unfortunately, still recovering from that spin. Wheaties back at 19th, along with the other driver who lost it. Still a close battle between 1st and 3rd and 4th through 6th. But look at this train. It's literally anyone's race for P7 right now. With still 6 laps to play. Alright. Skipping ahead to the very end of lap 4. Taking a look back as Greasy Sam Squatch and DNA Judoka have a little bit of a run-in with some side-by-side contact. And here we are, lap 5. Ethan going on the defensive. There is my humble self, NRT Swordsman, representing Nezzo Racing, which is a German esport team. I have the unbelievable opportunity of having been selected and being able to participate with a bunch of very fast, respectful drivers. So hoping to put this Nezzo Racing team, Red Bull Junior, in the top 10 for top split. As we head through the S's, going up the hill for the 5th time. Now at this point, I felt like I was getting held up by P10. So I was really hoping I could find a clean opportunity to make a pass. But unfortunately, I left the door open for Winnie, who is one of the close competition. Very respectful driver, driving the Hyundai this season in manufacturers. But for this race, those points don't matter. Check that out, flat out, in slipstream range. I'm going to take a peek. But we're not going to go for it. We're trying to have a clean race, trying to maintain our 99 safety rating, while also trying to maintain our driver rating as well, here in this full A+ lobby. So just taking another peek, as 10th and 11th duke it out. Like I said, we're going to take a peek, but I know I still have to hit my braking points, so I'm just going to take a peek, make them nervous, and then hold back. Get a decent exit, but unfortunately Winnie has the inside line heading towards turn 1 as we are now officially halfway through this race. Oh, and yet another driver actually goes off. So I believe he was running in P6. It's his braking spot, but just loses it. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Running for a decent position here in top split. That easily would have been probably 240, 250 points, as this was almost a 300-point lobby for the victory. So the goal for this race was to finish in the top 8, as 8th place rewards a little over 200 points. That's usually the goal to try and hit. As we cycle through the field. Less than a second separating majority of the pack. And still, after six laps, all 20 drivers have continued on, which is excellent to see. Alright, DNA leading the field. Alright, so check this out. This may very well be one of my own my GT moments. So these two get a little squirrely, and I'm able to go down the inside. Minimal contact, no penalty. I couldn't believe it. So I'm like, alright, these guys are duking it out heading into the chicane of death. I'm going to back out just a little bit. And lo and behold, they make contact, they slow themselves down. I've got the run. I just shoot it up the inside, and look at that. We're back into P9. So behind, they're starting to get a little too aggressive, and this allows me to finally break the toe and start to pull away. Up to this point, I'd been saving my tires. I'd been also checking my fuel. I was a little worried that maybe I'll be burning up too much. Hopefully not run out. But yeah, at this stage, holding on to P9, I'm pretty much satisfied at this point. Still couldn't believe it though. Being in last place on lap 1, passing half the field, it's just craziness. So again, the key of this race is keep it clean and be patient. Those are the two recipes for success, if you will. Alright, cycling through with just a lap and a half to go. DNA Racing still holding on ahead of the Canadian, with Phoenix Division 7 holding on to the final podium spot. We have pulled away about 2.5 seconds now, holding on to 9th place. And still, the entire field is intact. All 20 cars on track. And just checking out the driver that we were held up behind just briefly, and he unfortunately ended up losing it in the first turn and dropping back to about 18th. And here we are on the final lap. It's a scrap between the top 5 drivers for the victory. And I notice now I'm starting to catch Ethan. I think he was trying to do a little bit of drifting. So at that point, I'm hoping, you know what? Hopefully I can catch up to him just enough to make the spot. And I didn't show it, but we did end up making up that position. So lo and behold, starting the race in 18th, we were in last place on the first lap. We're now 10 laps later in 8th place, on the verge of scoring 200 points, which was our goal. So just fantastic. Alright, and rounding the final turn, your winner for DNA Racing, Girza, winning over PX7, Grove, Sweatstains from Canada in P3, Equisferum in P4, and running up the top 5, James Bond, USA, from Virtual Life Experience, taken 6th. And there's the rest of the field. So lo and behold, we maintain our 99 SR, and from 20th place, we finish in 8th for 207 points. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I invite you to send a like, subscribe, comment. Bye.